anytime I'm in my laboratory and I'm doing me, and when that train comes by, it just seems like time stands still and you get blessed for a little while it's rolling by.
The journey with Angelo has been a pretty incredible ride.
When I think of him, I think of Basquiat, I think of Ornette Coleman, Cab Calloway, James Baldwin, Langston Hughes.
One of the greatest frontmen in rock history. And I'm talking Jagger, Freddie Mercury.
Get out of the city, jump into your shoes and run. Get out of the city, pick up all your stuff and book. Get out of the city, do not turn around and look.
He's nonstop, all of the time. It's like he's here.
For the most part, I get energized by people.
He has an insatiable lust for life that is like very rare.
Come on, let's go up there and see what it looks like up on the stage real quick.
What is it like working with Angelo? That's a layered question.
So tune in, my friends, and just forget all about your sins. Take a real deep breath and just look up toward the sky, spinning around in circles, and dance your way out of the city.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze, Breezeway Productions' The Breeze, where we bring you the latest in independent films and film festivals that are happening domestically and around the world. And we continue our coverage of this year's Sound Unseen Film Festival. We have a filmmaker here, Tisa Zito, for her film Forevermoore, The Angelo Project. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. Thanks for coming on the show today to talk about your film. So tell us a little about your film that's playing at the festival this year, or played at the festival.
Sure. It's about the lead singer of Fishbone, Angelo Moore, and it is more of a character study on why we make art or why he makes art. It follows a pretty intimate process in what inspires him and the whole process throughout, his ups and downs a little bit in creating.
Okay. What attracted you to this project, and how did the subject entrust you with the ability of making a documentary about this?
So I met him at one of the film festivals that I help organize and run here in Utah, and he was there for Everyday Sunshine, the Fishbone doc that a lot of people know about, and I just was really taken by him. I thought he was so interesting, and I just couldn't stop watching him. And it wasn't that I was this massive Fishbone fan. I just thought he was really interesting. And then I watched him go up on stage and I saw him just blow the audience away. And he had such a force that I wanted to know what made him do that? What, in his whole process, why does he go up on stage and do this, and why does he continue to get, it's hard in the music business being on the road, and I just wanted to know what his inspirations were. And so yeah, I asked him, I said, can I film you? And he said he'd been waiting for someone to film him his whole life, so it worked out.
Yeah, certainly does. Did you so tell us a little bit more about how you put it together? So you were able to film while they were doing their thing, but how does the story break down in the documentation of this? Where do you start? Where does it go? And obviously, how does it end? We'll save for the viewers.
So I basically, I had to drive out to LA to film him from Utah a couple times, and I tried to get as much done as I could because it was just me. I was kind of a one-man band. I guess we say one-woman band now, but he let me, I think you had asked me previously, how did I get access, or, he entrusted me with his life, and he's just game for everything. His family was kind of like, who are you and what are you doing here, and what's this film going to be about? And I just said, I just want to make a really good film about someone that I think is really interesting. And so, you know, we got along really well, and it was fly on the wall type stuff. A lot of times, you know, he would do talking to the camera type thing, and I'd say, no, I want you to just let me get you, like, let me capture you. And I forgot where your second question was there, but
just how you laid out your story. So where did you start? Where it is in the meat and potatoes of it, and where's it go?
I knew that I knew how I wanted it to start and how I wanted it to end. I wanted people to be like, you know, sort of like, wow, who is this crazy guy in the beginning? And at the end, I wanted them to go, wow, he really deserves recognition. In the middle is obviously like the hardest part, where you're trying to, you know, get your peaks and valleys and hold people's interest. So that was where, you know, I created chapters, and watching it over and over again, decided, like, am I really capturing the audience? Like, are they, you know, do they care at this point? And so I wanted to include all of the stuff that he creates in his home, and all of his spoken word that dates back, you know, years and years ago. And I wanted to get, you know, the power of all that in there. And so it's kind of sandwiched in as this journey.
What do you hope audiences take away from the film after they've seen it, other than exploring this man's life and work and art that he creates? Would they be leaving with a sense of understanding, maybe more of themselves or spirituality or the work that he does? What do you think that the audiences would soak in from this?
Well, I kind of had two things that I wanted people to take away, and one was, obviously this person is well deserving of attention, and more attention, quite frankly, I think. And also I wanted people to remember the importance of art. I made this during COVID, and it really showed me how important making art was for me, because it was something that I could go home to, or be stuck in my home focusing on day after day, night after night, which is, something that I've always done, but not during a pandemic where you have no like other options. Yeah. And we turned to music, we turned to books, we turned to movies, that's like all we had. And then we started doing this web thing. And so I want people to remember, like, art is very valuable. It might not always, bring in the funds, but it's
starving artists.
Yeah. I mean, it saves us. Like it's what moves us, keeps us going. So those are the two things I want people to take away from it.
Yeah, well, I'm hope that audiences are able to check it out. You just screened at the Sound Unseen Film Festival, and that we hope that your film Forevermoore, the Angelo Project, will be shown to more festivals to come. And in closing, is there anything you'd like to say to the Sound Unseen Film Festival for the screening that you had?
I just want to thank them for including us. It's always awesome to be included in something, especially a festival that, you're excited about. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I appreciate everything that you have done for the film, and thank you so much.
For sure. Well, thank you again for coming on the show, and we hope our audiences can check out Forevermoore, the Angelo Project, as it's currently going through the circuit. And director Tisa, Zito, thank you so much for joining me today on The Breeze. Breezeway Productions, The Breeze.
Thank you so much.